website.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com. Ross Patterson Revolution. I never get tired of that opening. I don't, Japes. Welcome to the show, kids. Jessie Wiseman, how you feeling?
I'm good.
How you feeling a little post-holiday?
I'm good.
Yeah, you look fresh.
What an idyllic evening we had.
Oh, yeah, for the 4th?
I mean...
It's great.
It was great.
It was
definitely great. Was. It was different than past years for me. Drank a little less.
Wonder why?
I did have a couple sips. Is that bad?
Does that enter your mind, by the way?
What?
That this is the last child. We have no problem telling the audience this. This is our last child. You
yes, unless something crazy happens.
Are not amped about. You're not one of those pregnant women who's just like, oh, I love being pregnant. I love the baby of it.
No.
You just want it out so you can have wine again, obviously.
Yes. And a lot of people were like, I thought she was pregnant, not because you looked it, thanks ladies, but because she wasn't drinking wine.
Right.
And you know if Jessie isn't drinking wine, something is going on.
Is wrong.
Something's wrong. Something's up. So antibiotics, pregnancy, something like this.
Sure.
Although I do still drink on antibiotics because I'm a rebel.
Yeah. And you refuse to conform.
I refuse to conform.
I get it.
Nobody can tell me what to do.
No.
Least of which my doctor.
Yeah. Fuck him. Fuck him and the MD he wrote in on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it was fun, but large groups and parties are hard without a little sip.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
It's funny because people were tapping kegs at 10:30 in the morning.
Sure.
And I love that. But obviously, I felt bad this year because, look, 4th of July is one of our favorite holidays.
Sure.
Blast. And you didn't get to partake in the festivities.
The usual festivities. I did partake in food, and I saw.
Oh, yeah.
And I shut up.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw just I took the whole tray of mac and cheese.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I just ate the whole thing. But I do love fireworks.
Yeah.
I'm one of it.
Same.
It gets
Same
me
here.
every time.
Same here.
In every way when it go and you can see it.
Yeah, you can see the magic happening. Yeah.
Gets me every time. I
like
love
it. What else I like too is, especially when you go to a huge 4th of July party like we went to, everybody brings a dish.
Yes,
we talked about this in the last show. You're an excellent cook.
Thank you.
One of the best there is, and one of the big reasons I married you. Not gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
If you've ever dated a shitty cook as a dude, every guy can attest to this. Where you're just like, I can't. It is almost a deal breaker where you're just like, I can't do this.
Oh,
I
because
can't fucking do this.
How do you eat out or order out every meal?
Every single meal, yeah.
That'd be hard.
Yeah. And there's times because I travel a lot and I have to eat out every single meal and I hate it. And I'm just like, the first couple nights are a blast. We're like, this is great.
Sure.
And then after that, you're just like, ugh, again? We're eating out again. We're eating out again. But one of the things that I enjoy at these big potluck things, especially with strangers that you don't know, with your close friends, you know what their go-tos are cooking wise, what their dishes are. Everybody's got their fave that they make.
Crowd pleasers.
Yeah. Somebody's always got like a 7-layer dip that you're just like, shit, so-and-so. Sheila's bringing the
mac and cheese dip that's passed down.
Yes. You're an amazing cook. You can whip up like 90 things, so it doesn't really matter for you. But however, you try to pick something that you know is going to be different than everybody else's.
Yes.
But when you're at a party of this magnitude or this big, there's going to be strangers there. You don't know what they're going to make.
Yeah.
So I always find it curious as to who's going to have the shitty dish.
Yeah.
And it happens at every function, and this dish is left over. And
it's just full.
Yeah, full.
Like maybe one little spoon out.
Nobody touches it. And you're like, oh my gosh.
Bless.
Why? So I know what this dish was, and I'm curious because we haven't talked about this.
Okay.
What do you think that dish was? And I'll tell you what I think it was.
It was like a quinoa tabbouleh looking thing.
Yep.
So it was like quinoa with like veggies in it, and like, don't come at me with that shit. It's 4th of July.
So I looked at the quinoa dish exactly, which is like, don't come at me, all this other bullshit. You can guess the couple. Like a super fit couple probably brought it, and they're like,
do you think?
That's my guess.
The redhead wife?
Well, I that's my guess. So I look at that dish, and then I try to pick out who it is. And I look at the shitty dish, and then I try to guess who it is. Of like, all right, like the quinoa salad was just, boy, there was so many seeds in that. What
are you doing?
I don't know. It looked like the inside of a pumpkin. That you just carve the top of. There's just a bunch of seeds and like wet things around it, like slimy shit around it. And I'm like, man, what is this? And I go into a deep delve into my mind of trying to figure out like, okay, is this the fit couple who made this? Is that their favorite dish at home? And they're probably saying to themselves, oh my God, everyone will love this because we love this. We love this quinoa.
They're going to need a healthy option. Yeah. You don't.
No.
You don't.
Or was this somebody else who was saying, all right, there might be some vegans here and we're going to make a vegan dish. So for that reason, I tossed that aside and I didn't go with that as my worst. I tried to think outside the box of like, hopefully.
No, that's true because
somebody made this. Yeah, somebody made this that's vegan or allergic to nuts, or there's always those weird fucking allergy people that are there where you're just like, all right, great. I guess we've got to make something for somebody else. I'm going to give that one a pass. There was another one. There was a dish that stunk. That as soon as you walk by it, you could smell it and you were like, oh God. And it was very fishy. And so I asked somebody and I was just like, there was only a couple spoons out of it. And I decided to be brave.
Oh, tried it.
Yeah. Never served in the military, or anything like this. This was my bravery.
Your time to be a hero.
Yeah, this is my time to be a hero.
Sure.
So when that time arises, do you, also rise with the occasion? The answer is yes. Sure. On that, and I took a big dip of it because it was a dip.
Okay.
And it appeared because it had crackers on the side of it. So
okay,
like, this is a dip.
I think I know.
Shrimp. It was some type of shrimp and like cooked oysters and like crab. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Hup.
That's a little wet.
Stop.
It's a little wet.
You can't put cooked oysters in a dip.
That's what I thought. And so I tried it and I was like, man, you know how Guy Fieri always says, boy, his stock standard line is, boy, there's so many flavors in this. You can taste the flavors. I could taste every single fucking piece of the sea that was inside of that thing. Every single, the crab, the shrimp, the oyster, all of it. And whatever the mix was that combined this form of dip.
Probably a cream cheese of some sort.
Oh, it was just all of it was a mess.
And it was hot yesterday?
Yeah. It reminded me of like a chum bucket that somebody...
What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing?
Somebody had put some sour cream and maybe some cream cheese in it and just mixed it up and put that down. That makes you real queasy, huh?
Dude.
Yeah. Yep.
A warm oyster is about as far as you have to go with me. And I feel like you're doing it on purpose.
I'm not.
I don't want you to stop.
But that was the dish. And I will say this, because I always check for your dish. Your dish is gone in like 30 minutes. One of our best friends sat down next to us when we were eating and was just like, hey, man, have you tried this? This is the best. Go get it because it's almost gone. And I was just like, oh, my wife made that dish.
You're like, I have it all the time. It's a go-to.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, yeah, that's great. That's great. But your dish killed again.
It did. It killed. It was a dip.
It was a dip.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but it's very telling.
Oh, yeah.
It's very telling. Or when people make a big deal about dips. I don't like that either. I like to just be like, you liked it? Cool. When people are like, who made the.
Oh, yeah.
It's a dip. I probably got it off the back of a Kraft mayonnaise.
No,
thing.
you don't do that.
No, I don't do that.
You don't.
I go Pinterest like an adult.
Exactly.
Like a fucking adult.
We got a big show, kids. We're going to get to the sponsors first and foremost before we dive into this. It was a really interesting story that I'm super.
You're amped to get to, and I have an apology
to talk about. Yeah, we got a big show.
We got a big show.
We got a big show. First, we get to the sponsors. Starting off the top because we have to because we're getting so close. It's getting to be game time here. When darkness falls, he doesn't catch it. Oh, it is the sequel to At Night She Cries while he rides a steed. Funniest book ever written. We're down just underneath 1,800 copies. I think it's like 1798, to be honest with you.
Cool, I'm confident.
Yeah, still confident.
I still am.
30 days, 29 days out, I think.
I think our listeners, I think the audience, I'm just confident in them. In us, in the book. I feel hopeful, and it's the only way to fly.
I know. So
go.
Pre-order this book on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com or whatever.com you want. Amazon I would highly recommend because it ships the fastest and it gets there on the day that it actually comes out, which is fucking awesome. This is my last dream in this life. Again, all of these pre-sales count towards opening week. The way all these bestseller lists work is the following week, it starts over. So then you have to sell that number of copies again. You don't get pre-sales included. It's impossible. So you have to pretty much go first week. Got to have this happen. This is the only shot to get this made. A lot of people say movie, TV show. Yes, both. The only way that this even has a shot is if it hits the bestseller list. Hollywood just doesn't buy non-bestsellers. So please go out and purchase it. I would be greatly appreciative for it. Next up, we got blackriflecoffee.com. Whew. BRCC. Man, meeting up with all the Black Rifle Coffee guys for the next couple weeks out in Vegas and San Antoine. I'm going to check out the new temp offices. They've moved to San Antonio. They've got the Salt Lake City office still open, and they're also opening up a shop in Nashville. A lot of people have been hitting me up on the show saying, hey, I want to work for Black Rifle Coffee. I just saw they're hiring 100, 200 people there or whatever. And I was just like, man, look, they made a pledge last year for when Starbucks said they would hire 10,000 refugees, Black Rifle Coffee said we're going to hire 10,000 veterans. And they're sticking by that, man. They're hiring in San Antonio. They're hiring in Nashville. These guys are everywhere. And the Nashville one is going to be a distribution center. So that's going to be just to get the product out quicker across the nation. Amazon, all the big companies do that. They have distribution centers all over so they can get the product to you quicker. Fucking love these guys, man. The fact that they're doing this and just keep growing and moving and trying to improve customer performance is fucking amazing. Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Check out all their coffee. Check out all their apparel. Use the one-time promo code of Revolution for 20% off. I would highly recommend using it on the subscription of the month club. That's the jam. That's what we have. We've also got our next sponsor, strikeforceenergy.com. They have a subscription of the month club as well. We have both of those. And the one we're going to add to the list is Grill Your Ass Off because I keep eating their goddamn beef jerky all the fucking time. So with Strikeforce Energy, I will say this. For 4th of July, this is how much it's starting to catch on. I saw some people at the party with it. And they were pouring it in vodkas. And they were like, yo, this is amazing. And they didn't even know that we did a show or did this. They just had it through like a friend of a friend. So Strikeforce Energy is really catching on across the nation. Go buy these boxes at strikeforceenergy.com. Check them out for real. Like this is the fucking premier energy drink in the biz. And you'll never see me with a Red Bull or a Monster in my fucking hand. And that's real. I only drink this shit. So it's original, orange, grape, and lemon. All of it goes well with anything. You can rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. They get a 10-pack, a 40-pack in this big guy here, the 750 milliliter bottle that you can just boom, boom, pop a couple squirts in and go. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off, and that's good every time, J-Bulls. Next up, we've got Grill Your Ass Off. Whew, grillyourassoff.com. It's the jerky. I keep talking about the fucking jerky. Love the goddamn jerky. It's 100% American beef. 21 grams of protein in this Mogwai. It's good if you're on a diet and you're snacking throughout the day, especially on on a keto diet. They've also got the seasonings. I'm gonna flop on over to your screen here.
Look at how big these are.
Yes.
How amazing is that?
Amazing.
They're so good, and they have them for each thing. So like chicken, pork, meat,
steak, everything. And we use them at the cookout for the 4th of July. Look, the seasoning's phenomenal. And you're going to get seasoning from somewhere. So you might as well buy it from a veteran-owned company and off of our show. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 15% off at Grill Your Ass Off. And get all their seasoning. And again, the jerky is the one also that will change your life. Just buy the 4-pack, dude. I love it so much.
It really will.
Yeah. God damn it, it's good. Woodburn Warriors is next. Woodburn Warriors. Design the sign right behind me. Boom. These guys. Fuck me. You want everybody, like, we've gotten fucking hundreds of emails about how dope this sign is. And I'm like, dude, it's woodburnwarriors.com. Just go there, and they can custom design any sign you want as well. They're another veteran-owned company. They can do this shit. They can put your face in it, my face in it, your kids, whatever you want. And they make American flags. All of it's fucking hand-designed and like laser imprinted and carved in. And they always put like an artistic touch on it. These are great pieces for your house or your office if you're looking for something fucking cool. Go to woodburnwarriors.com. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 15% off and check out all the shit. It's fucking, it's amazing. Last but not least, we're talking about straightrazors.com.
That's a clean cut. Smooth. You like it?
Oh, man. Those are getting long, James.
Do you like it?
That pause is getting longer and longer.
You like it. Or do you like it? All that does it for you, huh?
Yeah.
How can you resist this? Sensible jacket.
Yep.
Okay. I got a little braid.
Oh, yeah.
So you know I'm a lady.
Yeah.
You know I'm a gal.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying since the pregnancy announcement, were you using a straight razor on your bush? And I said yes.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Straight razor
that sounds
perfect
terrifying
for
to
pregnant women's bushes.
You can't see it, you guys. You can't see. So that's the thing that I'm dealing with now.
But here's what you can see as a dude. You can see your face every day. You got to shave every day. If you're buying razors, buy them from straightrazors.com. If you're worried about using a straight razor, don't. They have a safety razor that's same as a normal razor. And it goes in, but the blade is stronger, so it lasts longer. And you're going to save about a day and a half off your shaves just because it's so fucking... It really cuts deep. It's nice. It's a nice thing. And then their Smolder aftershave is the jam. Their cologne is the fucking jam as well. Smolder. They also got like shampoos and conditioners. So go to straightrazors.com for all your dude facial needs, mustache waxes, beard oils, you name it. James, since you're starting off with you like it.
Oh, you like it.
You have an apology about the kids trapped in the cave.
Listen.
Sometimes you go too far.
I still stand by fucking Asians, right?
Right.
I still stand by my... Because, okay, so I found out why.
Yeah.
Remember my main thing was like...
Why are these kids in a cave?
Why are they in a cave? Why is no one telling me why they got in a cave? If because
there was a flood, yeah.
There was a flood, so you told me, and that they took cover in a cave.
Yeah, they had to. And so they're trapped in a cave.
Part apology. So they had to go down into a cave, huh? Where the water's rushing in.
A lot of people say underground is the first place you should go during a flood.
I would for sure think that, right? Oh, no. And the water's just rushing down. Now, listen.
This story has been going on for days.
I know. They're still there, you guys.
Yeah. Well,
they're looking really haggard. It's not cute. It's not funny.
We're taping a little early, so they could be out by the time this airs. Not sure. I want to tell the audience that first and foremost.
I'm guessing not. But they look rough. It's not funny.
No, it's not.
I was just saying, why were they there? No one would tell me where.
Sure. Yeah.
But let's just keep the fucking Asians going for real quick.
Sure.
A segment that I'm loving.
Absolutely.
And I'm partly joking. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Don't be outraged.
Everybody knows my love of the Asian community. That's not hidden.
Yes, so you love.
Oh, they're the best.
And I find them problematic a lot of the time. So in this story, very recently, just happened in June. So a woman actually, in June of 2017, an Asian woman identified her a body as her husband.
Okay.
It was washed up in a river, and
this sounds like a crime corner to me. Are we going?
No crime was committed.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to clarify.
Just a fucking Asian. Now listen, if there was a crime here, I would put it right in there.
Front and center, yeah.
Front and center, research it. Sure. I would read it 1 or 2 times.
Oh, you bet. Yeah.
And I would go to 8shit.
8shit.com.
If it was a real crime, I'd be needing to get to the bottom of it. Anyways, identified this body. Her and actually 2 relatives identified the body as the husband. She just called a couple days ago to let the police know that whoopsie daisy, my husband just walked through the door.
Ah.
Yeah. So.
Sure.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. No, sorry. It's still the same.
It's sorry, right?
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
It's the L's that turn into R's.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Not the other way.
No.
Sorry, I'm still.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah.
Whole family identified the body. Whole family. Even they can't tell the difference.
I think. Here's what I think it is, Jessie, because I've noticed this a lot. Californians have a real dislike for Asians. You're a Californian, born and raised.
I am.
Born and raised.
Why do you think that is? They're everywhere?
Yes. They're everywhere in California. And like, people are pissed by it. I had some relatives who lived in the California area for a long time, born out there in San Francisco. Sure. And they were just like,
oh, San Francisco, forget it.
Fucking deal with this. I wrote about it in A Night She Cries While He Rides a Steed, the opposite way, where I love them. And,
they just come from it. Like I said, they just come from doggy dog worlds. They come from, I gotta take care of myself.
Yeah. But
so it's very.
With that being said, Jabes,
blinders on.
The reason why I like that is if everybody came from a dog-eat-dog world, when you come to America, you're actually working hard and giving back to the world. The problem is the people that are coming over here are just fucking chilling in these weird fucking refugee villages.
I don't have a problem with their work ethic. When it's dog-eat-dog world and you have to take care of yourself, that means you're like cutting in line.
Yes.
That means you're like raising your hand 5 million times for the waitress to come over.
Yeah.
That means that you're just like blatant disregard. You're having your old grandma, Asian grandma, stand in a parking spot in a parking garage.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Waiting for
the car to
come by. And when you're going to pull in, the grandma, they're not moving. They feel like that's something that they can do. It's stuff like that. Yeah. When it's doggy dog, there's no disregard.
I get it.
Blatant disregard for
rules, humanity.
And not even rules. I mean, I guess, is it against the law to fucking be annoying? But just don't do it.
I think it should be against the law for people who stand in spaces.
It should be,
but do that.
But it's not. But it's like a basic human.
People do that in LA a lot, especially down towards the beaches, where they would save meters.
Oh, that's ridiculous, though. I hate when anyone does that.
I parked in.
You park it?
Yeah, I parked. And
I'll run them over.
Hey, man, this isn't how this works. You're not going to save this spot for 20 minutes for whoever the fuck is coming or might be coming. Oh no, they're just a few streets away. Nope. I parked right there. You're going to have to move or you're getting run over. Yeah.
It's just the way that's what I'm saying. It's the way it goes. LA is very doggy dog. Shit's going on there.
Oh yeah.
It's very fast paced, but there is a little bit of like, no, we don't do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. You like have a little bit of awareness of people around you and just like common sense rules.
Sure.
So there's that. It's that mentality.
But here's the thing I find fascinating about it, living in LA for 17, 18 years, whatever it was, is from the outside, they're the first people to bitch about politics and like how people are mistreated or whatever. Sure. But you're right. It is a dog-eat-dog world in LA where it's just ruthless. You try to go into that Trading Joe's parking lot in any LA, like any store in LA for Trader Joe's, it is a goddamn war zone.
If you haven't gotten bumped or bumped somebody's car or got into a little fender bender in the Trader Joe's
at the Whole Foods.
Or at the Whole Foods, you have never been there, basically.
No, and it is vicious. And those people are fucking lunatics. Don't let the fucking press and all that shit fool you about, oh my God, we're going to do this. And you see these celebrities marching at I saw that immigration march the other day where Chrissy Teigen brought her baby and gave a speech, her and John Legend. And they're becoming my new Lena Dunham, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
And Lena Dunham's kind of chilling out.
Well, she's just posting awful photos of herself. But
but
I will say this because again, with his immigration thing, Lena Dunham went there. She went there to the border and tried to do something. Fucking John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, though.
Where was this march, by the way?
Trying to be America's couple in L.A.
But like in like a nice part.
Yeah.
Where was it?
I'm not
by the beach, probably.
I'm not sure where it was.
Right.
What I'm sure of, though, is there is photos. If you Google John Legend's house, it just pulls it up. TMZ posted it, so it's a TMZ posted pic of their house. There is a gigantic fucking 9-foot wall around their entire house. And it appears to be some type of glass material or fiberglass. So you definitely can't scale that thing.
So there's no way.
No.
Oh, it's slippery.
Yeah.
Because what did I want to do? I wanted to go to Home Depot, right?
Yeah.
And get a bunch of workers.
Yeah, exactly.
Take them to the fence.
And say, hey.
Have them climb over and tell them go straight to the infinity pool. Don't shower, nothing.
Yeah.
Strip down and jump into the pool.
Because if you're going to fight for immigrants, why not have them over at your house? There is plenty of immigrants in LA on any given day, Monday through Sunday. You can go to any Home Depot in Los Angeles and find close to 100, 200 immigrants. If you really care, and you really care about people's well-being and you want them to have a job or a place to live and eat and all that stuff, and bring them over to your house. Mm-hmm. You have the John Legend house probably looks like it has 8 to 10 bedrooms. So I don't understand. It's just you're a family of 3. Mm-hmm. Or they have 2 kids or
they have 2 kids now.
Okay,
yeah.
Family of 4. Mm-hmm. That probably leaves a good 6 bedrooms open for immigrants.
Sure.
So why not just go in and that? I mean, instead of giving a speech downtown, which helps no one, go
downtown in that heat.
Yeah. That
was rough.
Go down and actually help some of the immigrants. There's a ton of them that don't have a place to live and would love an infinity pool.
Sure.
Have them live in those 6 bedrooms. I don't understand. Open up. Tear down your walls, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Yeah. Tear down your walls and let these people in. You have plenty of space. You have plenty of everything. The other thing that I love about the Hollywood tolerance, which is completely made up because it's just ridiculous. It's all intolerance. This is the best one that I saw. Oh, yeah. I love this because I know exactly what the sentiment was and how it was shaking out and going down that night. Here's how it starts. On 4th of July, right?
Okay.
You start early. Like we said at the top, you're having beers at like 10:30, right?
Sure.
By the time the fireworks come around later on that evening,
it's rough.
Because you've been going hard all day. And you're like, yo, I am starting to get exhausted. All of that morning drinking is now kicking in.
Sure.
Right around the 8 p.m. hour. Right. You're just like, all right. Sometimes, sans kids, before we had children, I understand this. You get there and you're just like, all right, man, can the fireworks be over? Like, I am good for the night. You're in blackout mode at that point.
Sure.
The reason why I say this is James Woods, the actor, his agent fired him on Independence Day, on 4th of July, through an email that was sent at 8:26 p.m. And you might ask yourself, how do I know that? James Woods posted it on his Twitter.
Okay.
And I'm going to read this email verbatim because it's hilarious.
Please.
Well, that was in the, that was the subject line. Well. When you get a subject line of that, it's probably never going to be good.
Right.
So
it might be funny though. Yeah.
He writes, and I want to get his name right. His name is Ken Kaplan. He's the agent at Gersh. And I've dealt with Gersh on numerous occasions. the one thing I do want to say is it depends on the agent. They're not all assholes. Just most of them are fucking assholes. So there's a good shot that 98% of them are. After he opens up the email and it says, "It's the 4th of July and I'm feeling patriotic." This is what the agent says. "I don't want to represent you anymore. I mean, I can go on a rant, but you know what I'd say." And that's it.
And James Wood famously is like Trump supporter.
Yeah. Well, he's Republican, super right.
Yeah. Very conservative.
Very conservative.
Interesting views. Yeah.
Yeah, but decent actor. Like he's not a B-list celebrity by any means. Like he's been in a million movies, great movies. And he's a good actor. Weird guy in real life.
Sure.
But weird is in the fact that he only dates like 22-year-old girls.
Is that weird though?
Probably not.
Just sounds pretty normal to me.
Yeah. He's just one of those dudes.
Right.
So James Woods responds, "Dear Ken, I don't actually. I don't know what you mean."
It's unclear, Ken.
And he goes, I was thinking, if you're patriotic, you would appreciate free speech and one's right to think as an individual. Be that as it may, I want to thank you for all your hard work and devotion on my behalf. Be well. James Woods. And that was it. So he kept it civil, probably because he knew that he was going to post this and it would go viral, which it has. And I died laughing because all I wanted to see was the timestamp on that email. And I just died laughing because I was like, oh my God, at 8:26, he's past that point of no return drinking wise.
Right.
Where he got a little liquid courage in him, got a little bravery.
Just thought, you know what? I'm not fucking doing it anymore. You're right. He's like looking up at the fireworks, just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Can't.
And I had this conversation with Kevin Sorbo about this because Kevin Sorbo's a conservative as well, is not afraid to share his conservative views in public and his lost jobs and
online. All kinds of stuff because of it.
You name it. And basically what it's turned out to, and like the casting director friends that I have, what I asked them, I was like, hey man, what is the real bias about all of this stuff? Like how bad is it? And he goes, it's DEFCON level 5. Like no one, he goes, the only time now that people are calling for conservative actors like Sorbo or James Woods or one of them is if it's another super conservative movie, or it's a Christian movie. Because,
Christian movie,
mostly right as well. And, or if the subject matter is Republican.
Okay.
And I was like,
how many movies are that?
Exactly. So I asked Sorbo this. I asked Kevin Sorbo, I said, hey, what's that like? How's that shaking out? And he's just like, well, look, I have 3 movies lined up this year. One of them's a biopic on Ronald Reagan. And I was like, oh.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Financed by people on the right and conservatives or whatever. But other than that, the casting director said it's dead. Sorbo's told me, he's like, dude, it's, it is really hard now. Just because no one will hire anybody who supported Trump or all of that shit. And with this, I'm sure Ken Kaplan's buddies, this agent, are all giving him high fives today, whatever.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Way to really.
Yeah. But dude, they've made themselves, outlaws and enemy number one. The fallout that Ken Kaplan's office, I'm sure his phone is ringing off the fucking hook with people going, fuck you guys.
Really?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure of it because this thing is now blown up. And I'm sure everybody who, Trump supporters just calling in and saying, fuck you guys. We hate you and we're going to boycott you. Gersh is they're a big, powerful agency. They repped us for the Drinking Brothers live tour last year. So I will say this. It is definitely per person. So that is not I'm not going to shit on Gersh as an agency as a whole because each agent is different. They all have their own political views. And mostly, for the most part, at all of these agencies, they don't really talk to each other that much. Like the agents don't hang out.
It's like they're under the umbrella of Gersh, but they're each their own.
And they've got their own person
schedule, and they have their own assistants and all of that shit.
But what I will say is they are treated differently for having those clients. So everybody knows in the agent, like all the other agents know of like, oh, that guy's got fucking James Woods.
Right.
That guy's got Sorbo. That guy's got so-and-so. And I have a great story, which I won't be able to talk about this until next year, but it's probably the best story as regarding an agent to conservative or sensitive material. And next year it'll be awesome to drop this story.
Okay, but
I have to wait until another project comes out to tell this story, but
got it.
You know what I'm talking about. And the reason I'm pausing or hesitating with this is the story is fucking awesome, and it's so good that it's like holy shit! I can't believe this happened. You'll be shocked. I was shocked. But when I do out this story, like I'm burning down the house with it, just lighting all the torches to that one. Because it is a real thing. And one of the comments made to me was, hey man, if I do this, everybody will know that I did this, and people are taking shit for this elsewhere.
Right. Like maybe I don't personally have that big of a deal with it, but you have to worry about what everyone else thinks.
Everyone else thinks, which is shitty. And I know this for a fact, and this was without outing the agencies, like, you take Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly, fuck. If you really look up his net worth and how much he's made in his career, you'll be hard pressed to find another celebrity that makes that kind of Bill O'Reilly money. When he was on Fox, he was top of the cable news charts. I want to say his salary was like something crazy, like $30 million a year or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then his books. His books are all bestsellers. They've all been turned into movies and TV shows. All the TV shows are usually the highest rated for, the networks that they go on, because they're limited series based on the books. And I think for a long time, his agency was very like, fuck, man, we hate this guy, but he makes so much money than, almost any other celebrity we could rep.
Right.
Because it's, you take somebody like DiCaprio, who's a perfect example, versus Bill O'Reilly, right? Say they're at the same agency. DiCaprio does about one movie a year. He gets $20 million a movie. And that's great, but that's his only income. And sometimes he skips years, so he doesn't work. DiCaprio's doing this new Tarantino movie now, but he isn't work. He's taken the last 2.5 years off. Therefore, that agent's not making any money for 2.5 years.
Right.
Until his next gig. But with Bill O'Reilly, motherfucker's working every night, and he's 90 different media outlets. He's constantly bringing money into the agency. When this sexual harassment suit hit for them, they were out in like 5 minutes of like, oh, thank God this is over. But they did wait until he was canceled from TV.
Of course.
So otherwise, they probably would have kept him.
Right.
But they got rid of him, and with the James Woods thing, James Woods isn't probably working that much simply because he can't get work. And
yeah, it doesn't seem like that big of a sacrifice to me to be like, bye, James Woods.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's my point in this, where somebody like this, where you're like, all right, great.
If they're making you money, you're going to wait a second.
Congratulations. Like if James Woods was bringing in the amount of money that Bill O'Reilly is, you can bet your sweet ass
it out.
He would not get this email on the 4th of July. They would definitely figure it the fuck out. But yeah. It is going on in Hollywood. It is happening a lot. And, my last dealing with it was I was trying to cast something for a Black Rifle Coffee commercial. And when I called some casting directors and I said, hey, guys, who would be willing to do this? And they were like, we could name 4 people in town. And that's it. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, they hate conservatives. They hate 2A company, like all of it. And
at that time, too, it was like a big 2A. It was right when like those high school kids were thinking that they had something to say.
Not that they don't, because
not that they don't, but at the same time, like I don't. Yeah, not that they don't.
I don't want to shit on what they're doing. I wasn't in that school. I don't know how that would change my life or affect me. So that one I'm not going to touch. But with companies who support 2A or veterans or all that shit, like it's surprising that you wouldn't support military veterans or whatever. And that's what's happening. So you kind of got to walk the line with what you're trying to do, or just not get famous people anymore. It's weird. It's weird. But this James Woods thing is fucking hilarious to me. As soon as that popped up, I was like, oh my God.
I love like that
drunk,
he posted.
Fucking,
yes, all of it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't
know.
I don't know what you mean, but fair enough.
The other thing I want to point out is agencies are not open on 4th of July, nor are any agents in the office past 6:59. Most of them 5:59.
They're gone all week.
Gone.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So in LA, you take every 4th of July.
Any holiday, they'll take 2 weeks for.
Exactly.
Basically.
Every agency, every management firm, they're done. They're closed. You can't get a hold of anybody. It's a fucking nightmare. So he had to go on private email via his phone.
What a coward.
At age 26, he was probably getting ready. The fireworks in LA usually start at 9.
They're about to start. Let me just get this out of the way.
So I can enjoy
the fireworks. Stress-free. I don't have that pesky James Woods problem.
Yeah.
Because he's so prominent.
Crazy. So
crazy.
But fuck. It's happening and it's real. Just know that. I know this story has gone viral, but look, I'm in it and I can at least shed some light on it of like, dude, it is very real and it is definitely happening. Like, don't let the fucking the media fool you of like, oh no, they care, and everybody on the inside of Hollywood is just like, how do we get these fucking people out of here?
They'd be happy to rep probably that lady that scaled the Statue of Liberty.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday.
4th of July.
That kind of thing. They'll be happy to represent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Insanity.
I'm sure she'll have a book deal and a movie deal.
Pure insanity.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll have a book deal and a movie
deal.
She
didn't get far, did you see?
No.
She was just at the bottom.
You ever been in the Statue of Liberty?
Yes, I have.
It's fucking impossible.
It's crazy that she got there. I mean, that's very high. She got to right at the bottom of the green, if that makes sense to anyone.
Yeah.
So right on top of there. And then was kind of trying to climb, but gosh, slippery, and didn't think it through.
No, she was looking over her shoulder like somebody who's in a fight who's never fought before, who's like, I'm going to throw the first punch and somebody will break this up.
Can someone come get me because I can't climb any higher? And no police were coming, and she's like, okay, let me keep trying. Yep. She didn't have suction cups.
Nope. And somebody like that,
ropes.
If they passed, I wouldn't feel bad about it in the least. Where you're just
if they passed, if she out into the water and died,
I'd be like, hey, sorry, America.
Ow.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey.
And the people that were protesting below were like, she wasn't with us.
Yeah, exactly.
They were not claiming her as part of their group.
No, and they were cheering her on going up, and then as soon as shit got dangerous, they were like,
whoops,
nope, not with us.
We're just holding signs.
Not in our group.
We're not really. We don't think that's cool.
Yeah. Could you imagine being one of those people who's protesting on 4th of July in New York? For those of you at home, if you have not been in New York City on 4th of July, I went to NYU there, and I spent, I was in summers there. So I spent a 4th of July in New York City, and holy fuck, it's the hottest place on the face of the earth.
No escape.
No
reprieve.
None
the buildings just hold that.
And they do
that heat in.
Yeah, they do the fireworks usually down at the Hudson River, and I don't know if they switched it. This was a long time ago that I went to school there, but so you think to yourself as you're walking, down the streets to get to the fireworks display, you're like, oh man. I bet you're gonna get a nice breeze off of that river, and just a nut. No, there's no such thing as a river breeze.
No.
And you learn that the hard way.
Sure. Sure.
And you're down there with 2 million people. You can't get a cab, so you better live close because the subways are jammed. There's no cabs or whatever. I remember my dad jumping on top of a cab, literally on the hood. And it was just
being like,
I know you're open. We'll pay you double. We'll pay you double. And
now
we're all
I know
sweating
where you
our
get
ass
it from.
off of. Yeah. And I was just, look, he saved us.
That's what I'm saying.
I was on my way out.
Do what you got to do.
I've saved you numerous times, James.
I know.
I can be
by doing stuff because I'm like the rule follower.
Yeah, you follow rules. I break them.
Yeah, by doing stuff where I'm like, oh no, and then when it works out, I'm like, oh okay.
Yeah, there was one time where I had to use my outside voice to you in public, which I don't do. During that Atlanta, when we were in that blackout in the Atlanta airport and everything was shut down. And
what do you mean outside voice?
Screaming.
You were yelling at me.
Jessie!
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what the rules are. Take my hand, we're leaving. And you were like, no, but the gate. And there was
and the lady, and God. It was like the lady was yelling like, sir. And I hate that. Like that makes me crazy.
I know. And I finally, it was like there was, 40,000 people literally behind us. And you couldn't get through this gate to get out of there. And you were pregnant maybe, 3 or 4 months at that point?
Maybe.
Yeah. And I finally I said, look, we're trapped in here.
We gotta.
Jessie, grab my fucking hand. We're leaving. And I yanked you by the arm like a child, and we got through.
Sure.
And sir, ma'am. And I was
sir. And it was like that, sir.
And I turned to you and I go, do not turn around.
Do
not fucking turn around. Don't acknowledge that person. We're leaving. And
that's my nightmare.
It was what $1.25 or whatever we were beating, but I had paid $40 to get a fucking card that didn't work. So I had to earn that, and I deserved it. We got out of there safely.
Sure.
And I was a hero that day.
You were. The fact that they were trying to regulate at that time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Where it's like people are like, stuck.
In emergency situations.
In an emergency. So the fact that they were like, card didn't work. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. You know what's funny is during that whole thing that was going on, I will say this. Everybody helped each other out. Everybody was, people-wise.
Yeah.
The people who were assholes were the people that worked there. Where you were just like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like, it's over. The day is over. Let everybody do whatever they want. Everybody's trying to help each other.
You're not regulating anything at this point.
Yeah. And that's the thing about these big event situations like 4th of July in New York City. Rules don't apply anymore. If you're trying to get out of there, there's 2 million people. Like, be respectful to one another. But if you see something, you see an opening, take it and go with it.
You take it.
With the cab and all of that other shit. Like, holy God. Because you were just drenched at a 4th of July celebration. The events that go on in New York, by the way, across the board, I don't want to be there. Macy's Day Parade, you're freezing your ass off. And it starts, like, you have to be there at like 4 a.m. Fuck that. Because the live show starts on TV.
Sure.
Forget about the Macy's Day Parade, Thanksgiving thing. It's highly overrated. 4th of July in New York City. Is it beautiful? Yes. And is it amazing seeing New York City lit up and the fireworks and all that shit? It is. However, it is 110 degrees, humid, hot. Everybody's smashed up against each other. You're sweating all over. Awful situation. Can't even do that. The other one is New Year's Eve in downtown in Times Square.
Not even. It will never be.
Don't ever let that enter your mind that you would want to possibly do that someday. Again,
it's never been on my bucket list, and it never will be.
It should never be.
Never.
People are lining up at 7 a.m. They don't have enough urinals and all that shit. And then you got to walk through the people to try to get back to wherever your partner is or your friends or whoever it is. A lot of people wear diapers.
Yeah, because you have to stay right where you are
and you're
for
pissing
the
in your whole day, all the way through midnight, past the thing.
For the whole time.
And then 20 minutes after that, the apple drops, or the ball drops, whatever the fuck it is, they're gone. It is. It's like 28 days later where you're just like, oh shit, there's a bunch of people cleaning up, and that's it. They do a great job, the people that work there, because it's after it's over, they clean up super fast. Same with Mardi Gras. They clean up the next day like ASAP, like nothing ever happened. You're like, holy shit, this is amazing. But you do not definitely want to be there on New Year's Eve. So don't ever entertain that.
Halloween is a bit rough too. It's fun, but like,
I enjoy it,
getting cabs or
it's chaos.
It's chaos.
Yeah, it's chaos. But I enjoy Halloween in New York. That one I'll give. But yeah, seeing Anderson Cooper in downtown New York, don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it. Speaking of Anderson Cooper, by the way, CNN is running their never-ending sagas of the decades.
Oh yeah.
I just saw the preview last night for the 2000s.
I'm stoked.
I'm not stoked. And I said this to you last night. And I was like, what a shitty decade.
I think you might be surprised.
No, I'm not going to be
I think
surprised.
there might be things that you forget.
Oh boy, no, I don't think so. I'm gonna bring up if I can find it here.
What are we looking?
We're looking for.
Find.
Man, I had this pulled up. Son of a bitch. Son of a
bitch. Sometimes the internet doesn't work.
No. I want to bring up the 2000s. What did you find exciting about it yourself?
Well, what did I say? I was like the internet.
But the internet happened in the 90s.
No, but like the real
shit
the
of the
Google
internet. Yeah.
time, the like Google.
Yeah. I
don't know. And then like TV shows, which like they were kind of teasing a little bit on that special. So like the whole HBO like renaissance.
Yeah.
The whole shows that are like done like movies and well done and have like famous people in them and like are Sopranos.
Sure.
Fucking what? What else? 6 Feet Under.
6 Feet Under, Breaking Bad, I guess.
Sex in the City.
All right. I'll go back. I look at the Google thing is the
you
same
said
way.
It was a bad thing, but
bad thing for me. I think because personally, like, you know, I was used to looking at maps, knowing where I'm going, all of that shit. I've become so dependent on my phone, on technology now, that when it does go out, and it did, it went out in that blackout, and it was just like, all right, cool. I mean, I was fucking hitting up friends through Facebook Messenger to try to get them to come down. Thad Haynes, I know I'm talking about him a lot, but we even sent him a message. He was in Atlanta. I was just like, all right, cool. But then the phone goes out, and you're like, all right, well, shit. I just sent somebody a message.
Have numbers.
I don't have numbers. You don't have anything. All your numbers are in there. You used to memorize phone numbers. Used to memorize people's addresses. Used to do all of that. Whenever I drive somewhere, I'm blindly following that fucking robot voice, not really knowing where I'm going. I mean, I've had friends here that, you know, we've been friends with for 4 or 5 years. I still don't know how to get to their fucking house unless I type in the goddamn address, where it's just like.
And you're saying you didn't used to be that way because it feels like.
Didn't at all.
Okay.
And that's how rapidly my life changed because of technology, where I was just like, oh, well, somebody else is going to do this for me? Great. I'm not going to bother to learn it. I'm not going to bother to learn any of it. We've been together for, 7 or 8 years at this point. I don't know your phone number. Still don't know your phone number.
You should know that.
I know. It's crazy, right? But it's in my phone, and like every time I'm like, oh man, I'm going to sit there and try to do it. I don't know it. I don't know that. I don't know my parents' number. I don't know my parents' phone number by heart to where I can just dial them up and be like, all right, cool.
I don't know if that's the norm, but it might be.
It might be, and I'd be curious.
I think with friends and stuff, but
I'd be curious to hear from the audience, because the people that I've asked when I've gone out to parties and all that other things, they have the same thing where they're like, "Fuck, man, I don't know."
Yeah.
So I look at the Google, as you like to call it, as I don't think that was. It's beneficial because it opens up more knowledge to people, and you can learn more and be caught up around the world, and we're all connecting. And Facebook, Facebook was 2000s as well, and all of that shit. But in a way, you're staring at your phone. We were watching that Hoda and Kathy Lee show. They were talking about the fireworks, and it's just like you have all these people taking 800 pictures of the fireworks that all look like shit. You're only gonna, maybe use one of them. And nobody cares about your fireworks photos.
I hate it. I'm just saying, like, I hate all of it. You know that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it was like a huge thing that happened. So as far as you saying like the 2000s, boring
to me.
Like that happened, which is like now such a it's crazy to think like how much that thing changed everything.
Bands. So I look at the 2000s as like bands, bands that happened. To me, that was a shitty decade for bands. It kind of switched everything to rap. Simply because of the technology.
That's true.
Most of the rock bands faded away. Like I look at this, like the 90s, right? I think the 90s were a lot more interesting because there was a lot more going on. Where you had the invention of grunge rock and all of that shit. The .coms, like the internet was starting, the tech stocks were exploding, all of that shit. You had a president who shouldn't have won, did win, with Clinton. Bill Clinton ended up being a pretty decent president, and that I think he kind of set the stage for outsiders in politics. because without him coming out of nowhere to win that election, I don't know if Obama happens. I don't know if Trump happens later on, because those were two more people that essentially came out of nowhere. So I look back at the 90s and, you know, sports, and you had Michael Jordan playing, and, you know, all like, I think that decade is more interesting, whereas the 2000s, I don't find that interesting. Now, this decade that we're currently in, it's pretty interesting with everything happening with Netflix and Trump. And I mean, there's a lot of shit going on now. You know, you look back at, because I looked it up on here, which I can't find it, so I'm going to go off of memory here. But, you know, some of the biggest stories were like, oh, we caught Saddam Hussein. Who cares? I don't, you know, it was cool, I guess.
Right.
But it was one of those things where it was just like, all right, cool. You know, you had somebody like one of the top 5 things on this 2000s list of the 2000s. Number 4 was Michael Jackson dying. People get old, they die. Now, granted, he was younger than most.
Yeah.
He was in his 50s, but let's face it, with the life that he lived.
Sure.
It's amazing he got to that. He was always thin and frail and fucking, you know, when he died, it was surprising because it was Michael Jackson at the time and that day and all that shit. But like looking back on it, you know, his health and the way he took care of himself, it was just like, yeah, I could see that happening.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but you know, you had this weird Afghanistan war that's been going on for now 16 years. And again, like, you know, when in the 90s, when we invaded Iraq, what was it, 42 days? And then we took that whole country over, and it was just like, that felt like, remember when that happened, it felt like, you know, I was a kid. It felt like, yeah, USA, fucking, we got them bitches in like 42 days. Like now, you know, in the 2000s, you're stuck in an endless war that really didn't go anywhere. Another, you know, you look at one of the main events, which was 2001, obviously 9/11 was one of their moments of the 2000s. Like, that was shitty.
Yeah.
And that affected everything else, like, you know, airport security and
I'm not saying it's all good stuff. It's just like a lot of big stuff.
Just stuff. Like nothing that, you know, to me at least, that was just like fun or rad or whatever. So it's like when we watch this thing on CNN, it's just going to be a fucking big downer. Like, oh, yeah, sweet.
No, I'm hoping that you'll see something that's like, oh, yeah.
Because like I look at it, I remember like 2008 was like the year of Lil Wayne, and like that was fun, I guess. What was it? Here's
a couple of the Billboard Top 100, the 2000s.
Music wise,
yeah.
Oh, fire away.
So I got a feeling. The block, remember that? Was I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Low.
The worst.
Low. Flo Rida and T-Pain.
Low. Oh my God.
Low.
We were talking about Flo Rida today. He's got a new song out. He puts out one huge shitty hit song every summer that blows up. And yeah, that was the beginning of Flo Rida, wasn't it?
I think so.
Apple bottom
with
jeans.
T-Pain,
yeah.
Yeah. This Is How You Remind Me. A little band called Nickelback.
Oh God. This is how you remind me.
This is my most fun game ever. So, No One, Alicia Keys, whatever. She's always been good. Boom Boom Pow, Black Eyed Peas.
Another Black Eyed Peas song, huh?
Gold Digger. Remember that? Jamie Foxx.
Kanye. Yeah. Look.
Collab. Remember when Kanye?
Kanye's still fucking.
I know.
Bigger than Jesus. He's still putting on great music.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne hasn't put out an album in fucking 7 years.
Too late to apologize. Too late to apologize.
Yeah. It's too late.
Too late. Big Girls Don't Cry, Fergie.
Oh, God. Another Black Eyed Peas.
Big Girls Don't Cry.
No.
Okay.
Terrible decade. Terrible decade.
I know. You may be right, actually.
Fuck me.
And you can have whatever you like. T.I.
I like T.I.
Under $5.
Yeah.
You can have whatever you like from the McDonald's $1 menu.
You bet.
Bleeding Love. You know. Destiny's Child, okay. Foolish. Hey Ya. Outcast. Remember?
Yeah.
I mean, that. Yeah. Holy shit.
That exploded. That ended that group, too. They were just... Andre 3000 after that was just like, this is too commercial, and we're done now.
I mean, goddamn.
Anytime Hey Ya was in every fucking thing you saw for
when it comes on still.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Gosh, that'll get people going.
I can't get down on Hey Ya these days, and I love Outkast. I just don't personally love Hey Ya. God, because it just that was so quick that got oversaturated. We were just
really was, but I still
love Outkast. That one particular song I can't get down on. I love Bombs Over Baghdad on that album, but I can't get down on Hey Ya anymore. Can't do it.
Okay.
So
sorry.
To me, the 2000s were just kind of meh.
All those songs were just kind of meh. But
not a So I'm curious as how they'll try to spice that decade up.
I think you might be surprised. We'll see, but
At least with this, I guess you're going to call it the teens, the 2000 teens or whatever, the next decade reveal on CNN.
I don't understand because we are in the 2000s, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, they don't really know what to call it. Yeah,
right.
The teens, I guess. At least the next one will be like, the 20s. The roaring 20s, which will not be roaring anywhere. The smooth, silent sounds of the Prius 20s. I don't know how they're going to spice it up. The teens will be able to. I mean, we shot Bin Laden, Trump. There'll be a million things going on there. So
sure,
you're good to go on that. But 2000s, I don't really give a shit about.
Meh.
Good luck spicing it up, CNN.
Good luck.
You fucks. You'll watch it.
You bet.
Yeah.
And I'll love it.
Oh, yeah, you will.
I mean, anything nostalgic, right?
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
Don't get me started. Don't even get me started.
Don't even get me started with anything nostalgic because I will go down that hole.
Yeah, oh yeah, you will.
And I will love it. I'll be like, oh yeah. My favorite thing is to say, oh yeah, remember.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah,
it
remember?
Is. Yeah. You're super.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. Boy.
Shaking like a Polaroid picture.
Yeah.
Right? Every white girl ever.
Completely done with that.
Still.
Yeah.
Put it on.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on.
Yeah. If that comes on at a party, at a parent's party, they go nuts.
Nuts.
I'm in that's my cue to get another drink where I'm like, cool, I'll be the
You're diehard.
I'm good on all
You're
that.
old school Outcast. You can't let it happen.
No, I'm done.
They sold out.
I'm done with all that. I'm done. No, not them. I look, I don't think they intentionally sold out. I just think that
it happens,
man. It got too big and out of control to where Andre 3000 was just like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Like I told you, it's the Weezer effect.
There was an interesting article that came out about him. And because everybody's
He's a weird guy. Yeah.
Everybody still to this day is like, yo, man, are you guys gonna put out another album? Are you gonna put out another album? And he's just like, no. He feels that music has passed him by. However, he's still recording all the time, and there's a rumor that he's got like 100 tracks, and he just won't release any of them. God. But the interesting part about that was they sat down with him, and rappers are usually so fucking braggadocious and boastful about all their shit, and they said because he had a falling out creatively with Big Boy. They're still friends and all of that shit, but they asked him, they were like, well, you could put out a solo album, or you think Outkast could get back together, and who is the best out of that group? And at point blank, he just said, look, Big Boy was the best rapper there is. He goes, he could kill me rap wise any moment of the day. Like, that guy is the best. And he goes, I'm creative and I'm able to do shit, but it takes me a long time. It takes me a really long time to write it and come up with it and all this stuff. Whereas he's just a wizard. And he was like, that was the real backbone of the group. And it was surprising to hear that. I was like, shit. I wouldn't have guessed that.
You've grown up a little bit.
I guess, because you look at that group and you're like, dude, the coolest one was Andre 3000. And you're like, he's just a cool, rad dude.
Yeah, if you want a front man, like...
Yeah, and then once you learn that, like, Miss Jackson was written about Erykah Badu and her mom, you were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's cool. I forgot that you had a kid with her. Like, right on. That'll bring us to the revolutionary figure of the day. Shall we? I'm going to give this out to a man named Chad Kroeger. You know who that is?
No.
Lead singer of a band called Nickelback. who is the worst band of all time.
I should know that. I love him.
Why is that revolutionary? Because he, in the 2000s, did create the worst band of all time. That is universally accepted by everyone. A lot of people disagree on a lot of things in this world today.
Sure.
Or every single thing that's going on today.
Right.
One thing that brings the nation together is their hatred for Nickelback.
It's true.
I've never met one person who was just like, oh, man.
Shut up. I love them.
Secretly, I'm a Nickelback fan.
Right. What's your guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
Nickelback.
No, not once. No, not once. And everybody gets a good hearty laugh out of Nickelback. And it's just like, all right.
Train? Yeah. Nickelback? No.
Train? You put on Drops of Jupiter anywhere, people go bug fuck.
Yeah.
You put on This Is How You Remind Me somewhere. Mm-hmm. It is.
Look at that
laughter.
photograph. Yeah.
Yeah. It is laughter. It is a lot of pointing. You're looking for the DJ.
I don't know how that happened.
He is a murderer on the news that you're trying to capture, where you're like, that's the guy. That's the fucking guy. Bring me the head of him. I want the bounty and all that it's worth. Nickelback unifies us.
So crazy.
Weird.
Such a weird phenomenon.
Weird to think about.
Anyways, great revolutionary fig.
You're welcome. So they all can't be great people in history. Sometimes they got to be shitbags.
That's what I'm saying about the 2000s. It was revolutionary. May not be.
For being meh. So we're like the 1950s. It was meh.
Excuse me.
Yeah. War was over. 60s got hopping. This meh. The mad decade.
Wow.
For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Again, we're pre-taping some of these shows because I'm going to be out of town for the next couple weeks. So if a massive story happens and you're like, yo, why the fuck aren't they talking about that next week? I'm gone. I'll be in Vegas and San Antonio with the boys. We're doing a lot of drinking bro stuff. Also doing stand-up in Vegas as well. So I love you guys. We will be back and talking about the top stories every single day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't forget to subscribe to our show on YouTube, the video show, and iTunes. Look for the video tab and please rate us on iTunes, audio and video. Since they split it into two feeds on audio and video, we lost our ratings.
We'll be okay.
We need them back up. Just go on there and rate it 5 stars. We love you guys. Good night, everyone.
Good night.